Hello everyone and welcome to another IT 101 Excel tutorial video presented by the CIS Sandbox. My name is Connor and today I'm going to be walking you through how to use the vlookup function, which is a pretty sophisticated function in Excel, but a very valuable tool once you understand how to harness it. So what you're looking at now, this is going to be the final product once we finish up everything that we're doing. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of all this because this means nothing to you right now. So oh, that's some conditional formatting. That's why these turn green, but don't worry about that yet. So what the vlookup function is used for is looking up a certain value in a table or in an array, and then finding a corresponding value in an array. So using the example of this table that I've got here, what we're going to do is we're going to input a grade as a percentage. So the five values that we're going to use are 100, 97, 95, 90, and 89. And what we want to find out is what GPA or what letter grade that value is going to have. So first thing we're going to do is enter in the cell that you want to display the value. You're going to say equals vlookup. All right. Now you're going to see that there are three necessary parameters that you need to send this function, and one optional, which is a true or false, which we'll get to in a minute. So the lookup value is the first parameter that you have to send in, and that's the value that it's looking up. So in our case, we're looking up, we want to look up this value right here, 100, right? Because that's what we're looking for in the table over on the left. So we're going to put a comma. The second value that we're going to put in is the table or the array. And that is the whole range of values. So what we're looking for. The lookup value is what you're looking for, and the table array is where you're looking for it. That makes more sense. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and highlight this whole array, right? And I'm going to make it an absolute reference by just hitting the F4 key. All right. So the next parameter is the column index number. When the vlookup function finds the value that it's looking for, so when it finds 100 in the percentage list, which column in the table do you want it to return? So for example, if we were looking for 60, it would find it here, and we'd want it to return the letter grade. So we'd say column 1, 2, 3. So we're going to pick column 3. So instead of entering a cell here, you're just going to tell it we want the value that's in the third column. So that's, for whatever percentage that we find, that's going to return the corresponding letter grade. Okay? And the fourth parameter is not necessary, so we're going to leave that blank for now. Alright? So you'll see that's gone ahead and given us an A. And if I drag this formula across, there we go. So now we got our range of grades. So if you anywhere from a 95 and above is an A, from 90 to a 95 is an A minus, and with the 89 we got the B plus. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and label this the vlookup result when the value that we type in is true or it's null, and that's that fourth parameter that I'm going to come to in just a minute. Okay, so if I were to change this formula and type in true afterwards, we get the same result there, and if I drag that along, this should all stay the exact same. Perfect. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do, I want to show you what would happen if we had put in false for the vlookup. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this exact same formula, and I'm going to paste, whoops, escape. And I'm going to paste it in here. That's not what I want. I'm going to paste it in here. Fantastic. Okay. So, the only thing that I'm going to change, with you as my witness, is I'm changing true to false. And you'll notice this little drop down here that true stands for an approximate match and false means it has to be an exact match. So, let's see what happens when we just change that from true to false. Uh-oh, we get an error. And so something that I've done here is these cells are green for conditional formatting, and only cells that don't produce an error are going to remain green. So I'm going to take this formula, and it didn't work for 100, but I'm going to drag it this way and see if it works for any of our values. Okay, so that's interesting. So it worked for 95 and 90, but it didn't work for 97, 100, or 89. The reason for that is that when we tell the vlookup function to look for an exact match, it's only going to return a value if the value that we're searching for is in the array, is where we're looking for it. So, simple thing to remember is in a vlookup, pretty self-explanatory, right? You want to type in the value that you're looking up. You want to type in where you're looking for it. You want to type in the column of the value to be returned. And then, depending on whether you want it to be an exact match, so if you're looking through like an array of product numbers, you'd probably want it to be an exact match because you don't want to match like half a product. Or in our case, if you're looking through a sorted list of grades and like each grade represents like a next level up, then you can go with the approximate match. Alright. So again, everyone, my name is Connor. Thank you for listening and watching through this video. I hope it's been helpful and maybe just a little bit entertaining. And if you do have any questions, feel free to come on down to the CIS Sandbox. Again, we love working with you all. Alright, so that's it for me. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.